Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Sales Podcast. I'm Wes Schaefer, the Sales Whisperer, your host. Today, we are talking about video, specifically animated video. We got Rohan, Kale, all the way from Germany. He's sharing his experience, his expertise, and how he came to determine that you can beat your competition by 49% if you do video correctly. It was cool when we got started. Before we turned on the recorder, he had hit my website. I've got my story there in a rather lengthy video. I think it's about 4 minutes. And I actually had it done several years ago. Some friends of a friend or sons of a friend helped do that. Some young guys that are doing great work here in Southern California, the McGuire brothers. They helped film that. We mapped it out. Quick little outline, not really a storyboard. They did a lot of footage, different places, and I think it turned out well. Let me know what you think. I have gotten a lot of compliments on that, and it helps people understand who I am and my story. We get into LinkedIn video. We get into Facebook Live. Who needs to do that? Who can really benefit the most from it? We talk about the different types of videos and, for a business versus a brand, what industries cannot benefit from video. So you are in for a treat. I hope you're doing more video. I'm recommending that to more and more people. It is maybe still up in the air a little bit. The so-called gurus and thought leaders will tell you it's all video. And it's kind of like a question, a multiple choice answer on a quiz, right? Whenever you have only and every, those usually aren't the answers. Do you need to only do video? Will all of the internet be video, by 2020? And it's like, no, it's not. There are people that learn different ways. We talk about when to use captions and what percentage of videos are watched without the audio on. So now you have a video, but people are reading it. So is that a video? Is that a blog post? Is it both? So you still have the written word along with the video, but with no sound. So people are going to learn in different modalities. People are going to learn in different settings. Maybe they're sitting in class or a boring meeting and they're going to turn their phone on and read your blog, or turn the video, get the video, turn the volume down and read it. Maybe they want to see a slide. I had Anna Hoffman on just before this, and we talked about repurposing and the power of repurposing and why you need to have audio and video and written word and slides. I mean, do it all. Do it all. And we get into what percentage of your business should be new creation versus promotion. Rohan talks about it. Anna talked about it. Years ago with Michael Hyatt, we talked about the same thing. And we all are guilty of spending too much time on making new content and not enough time on getting the word out. Okay, so get the word out. And you need to use video for sure to help do that, to help explain your case. We talk about frequently asked questions, using videos for that. So there's just so many ways that video can be used. And the nice thing is when you start with video, you can get it transcribed, right? So now you can potentially have a blog post out of that. And from that, you can go grab images and create a slide out of that. And so a lot of ways, to multi-purpose your production. You can also grab snippets and create Facebook ads, Facebook video ads. We talk about that in this interview and, what length should those video ads be. So it's all about working smarter, right? Not harder. It's all about creating fresh new content, not necessarily new content, right? But new mediums of the same content, new ways to get the word out. I always tell people as a business owner, your number one job is to market yourself. And banging your head against the keyboard, creating tons and tons of new content, it really isn't that wise anymore. So the world is changing and evolving. It's good news and bad news, right? Bad news means there's some work for you to do. The good news is your competition won't do it. So beat them at their own game of being lazy, right? If you need help, if you need encouragement for a lifetime, and if you would like to have a 1-year guarantee on that encouragement, check out makeeverysale.com. I'm going to be adding a little consultation button there, but you can always just go to Contact Us, and it gets a link to my calendar for a 15-minute chat with me to talk about the program, see if it's right for you. So head on over there now, okay? Either thesaleswhisperer.com and hit the Contact Us, or if you're ready to jump in, put your money where your mouth is and be held accountable and be inspired to grow, then makeeverysale.com. Join us now. Now let's bring on our guest. Rohan, Kale, all the way from Stuttgart, Germany. Get 49% more yearly revenue than your competitors. You better be ready to back that up, man. Welcome to Sales Podcast. How the heck are you?
I am awesome. Thank you for having me.
So how did you end up in Germany teaching internet marketing?
So I'm originally from India, in a city called Pune. And being from there, I am like a typical cliche IT engineer, if you will. I was having a typical IT job, and what happened was I was very unsatisfied there. And I realized that I need to make a quick move. But I was like 19 or 20 that time. I did not have any clear direction of where I should go or what should I do. And then I started looking into ways to make some quick buck, if you will. Needless to say, it put me down the rabbit hole. I started gambling. Initially, it was...
of course, that's what we all do.
Initially, it was just fun. But like 6 or 8 months down the line, it got pretty serious. And in no time, I lost all my savings.
Oh, no.
Yes, I had to borrow money from my parents. So I was in serious debt that time. I mean, being 19, 20, and I had a debt of around, 25,000, 30,000 euros.
Wow.
That is quite a lot if you are in India, definitely. And that was like 7-8 years down the line, 7-8 years before, I would say. So it was a rock bottom for me. I didn't know what to do and where to go. But I was lucky to have good understanding parents. They helped me out. So that's something really important. And then I realized that, okay, I took a step back and I said, I have to get out of this. I cannot go back to the job because that's not going to make me happy or make me feel any better. And I knew that I wanted to do masters always and go abroad, see some different culture and possibly have a job there. So I landed up, I was looking into ways and thinking of I should go to UK, US or Germany. But then I decided Germany because I realized that, first of all, the industry is good here. The economy is pretty good as well. And the education it's kind of cheaper as compared to UK and US. That was the most important factor because I didn't have any money to spend. So that was something that I decided. I took my last gamble, quote unquote, and I took an education loan, student education loan, and landed up here in Germany.
So where were you gambling? Was that in India?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was in India.
So you lose your money, you get in debt, and then you say, okay, I'm going to leave my home and go to Europe to study.
Yeah. Yes. As crazy as it might sound, but yeah, because I knew that, although my job was a good paying job in India, an engineering job, I knew that if I stayed there, it would take me ages to pay my debt, and I will not be happy. I'll be suffering more. So it's definitely not something that I wanted to do.
Right.
And therefore I said, I then made my last request to my parents that, okay, this is really that I want to do. And they were really supportive. They helped me out and they said, you know what, okay, we can help you and we can be the guarantor for your loan. And that's how I landed up in Germany. Things were not easy to be here. Being here, I did not know any language. So that was the first barrier that I had to overcome.
Wow.
My education was in English, so that's the good thing. But that was just for the university. But to be in the outside world, I need to know German. So that was the first challenge that I had to overcome. I learned it. Initially I was lost because it was a complete new life. I had no outside experience out of India. outside my town, little town, I would say.
Right.
So that was the challenge. But then I realized that now that I have something to look up to, I've came here. I have a goal. I need to get out of the shitty situation that I've put myself into. So the only way is to focus and give it my all. And I was able to successfully complete my master's. Then I got a job in one of the best automotive companies here in Germany, Daimler. Within 2 years, I was able to pay out my debt. Everything was nice. And then I realized that, although it's a good company, I was getting paid really good. How would I do something for myself? This was the next question for me, because being in a big company, it's always good. But even if you have your own ideas, if you want to implement something by yourself, there are so many systems and processes that you have to go through that you get lost there. And I always knew that I wanted to do something where I could see how my efforts were directly helping my customers. And then I took a step back and I realized, now it seems that job is something that is definitely not working out for me. What should I do?
And what were you doing for Daimler?
I was working in the sales and marketing department.
Oh, you were? Okay. What was your degree in? Was it in marketing?
Yeah, it was MBA in international business consulting. So it kind of covered all of it: sales, marketing, logistics, all of it.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
So you jump out on your own, and we're going to come back and fill in the gap here. But
sure.
49%. How do you come up with that number? Why? How come you don't make me 47% better or 53.265% better?
So that is the figure that has been declared by Vineyard, which is a video hosting platform. And we did our tests around that. What we did was we tried to have our clients put a video, let's say, we created a landing page with their marketing department, of course. What we did was we created one landing page with video, one landing page without the video. And then we sent traffic. And then that was the conversion rate, which we kind of realized was much better. So from our video that we created for one of our clients, we got around 28% increase in conversions, or that was the difference. And then when you do it over let's say a yearly period, that's how we landed up to that figure, more or less.
So was it a split test between a page with no video and one with video, or one with their video and one with your video?
No, it was one without video and one with video.
Okay.
And I mean it was not just just put the video and that's done. No, but then we had to again split test the position of, let's say, a call to action, where the video should be at the top, should be at the left, where should the text be. We used some different kind of tools, and over a period of 3 to 4 months we came up with that figure.
Right. So how in this evolution, I mean, how you got a background in marketing and business, but is your niche now video? I mean, animated sales videos, is that what you're working on?
Right. That's the niche that we are working on. But then it also covers part of, let's say, video marketing funnels that we are trying to do. Meaning, we create videos for example, Facebook ads. And then we send let's say traffic from those kind of videos to a landing page. Then from a landing page we have so on the landing page we have a typical explainer video which mentions about the benefits. Then if someone is intrigued by that, we have the how it works video where it goes deep inside the process about a particular product or service. And then we also have something called the FAQ videos, if you will. So there are different kinds of video along the entire funnel, which helps the prospect or a cold prospect to understand exactly your service or product in a much strategic way.
So I'm looking at some of your animated videos, and they seem, you got Walter White here. I mean, these things are full color. Are the old whiteboard things played out, the hand scribbling, or do those still work?
So we are, to be honest, against the whiteboard videos because whiteboard videos are not visually as engaging as the colored animation video or the 2D videos or the motion graphics. Whiteboard videos are something that could be used to explain a concept in detail. So let's say if it's a 10-minute video, for example, then a whiteboard video works okay, I would say. We mainly emphasize more on this color videos because they're more visually engaging.
So do you have your whole team in-house to do this, or do you have like training where somebody can maybe follow along and try to do it themselves?
Mm-hmm. So what we did was, initially I just started, I learned it all by myself. I did not know anything, to be honest. And then I was looking into ways to hire some independent contractors, learn from them as well. And this is how I started. So that independent contractor, it's in Asia. So that's how I can reduce the cost for myself. And this is how we started. And then, whenever I need some more people, I ask that independent contractor, hey, can you look into someone else? So he's like the project manager, if you will. And then he manages the assets and the people as well. Right.
So is there an industry that these types of videos won't work in?
Yes. I would say, no, an explainer video works in each and every industry, but if you are a personal brand, if you're representing yourself, so in those cases, you need to be on the camera yourself. So for example, if you're a coach or a consultant, in that situation, it's much better that you are in front of the camera because your audience needs to have that kind of connection. And then if you have a certain process which you have developed, from your years of experience, that you can have explained with the help of explainer video. Gotcha. If that makes sense. So something that is intangible, that can be explained very well with the help of these videos.
What if I have a face made for radio? Should I just do more animated videos?
That would be working as well. If you we don't say that have like animated videos for 10 minutes. No, these are really.
Do you have like an ugly meter? Would you look at me and say, yeah, you need animated video? Is that? You can tell me. You can tell me.
No, you're sexy, man. You're good.
All right, that will be a clip.
Okay.
Oh, I'm too sexy for this podcast. Oh man, that's funny. Very cool. So do people, do your customers, do they take your word on this, or do they push back? Because this can be kind of different, right? And I can see customers like, yeah, let's do this. And then you start to create the process and then they get kind of cold feet, right? Are they on board? Can you stand your ground on the vision that you think they need to implement? Just say, trust the process. This is going to work.
Mm-hmm. So, what I've realized over the years is, that is exactly how you sell yourself as well. And initially I was like, okay, we are going to do a video. So, okay, they asked me, what is the process? I told them the process. So I had to tweak the process, I would say, where I led them with numbers. And that's where they actually understood what we could do in terms of conversions for them. Right. That being said, there are people. So I have to be really honest. Our videos are not that cheap. There are videos which you can get on Fiverr for, $100, $200. And then there are someone like us who charge, around $4,000 to $5,000 for a 60-second video, more or less. Mm-hmm. That's an average, I would say. So we have to justify those prices depending upon these figures and how we come up with a particular process for them, a concept for them, which actually will bring in results over a period of time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't read the fine print on the podcast, because as a result of being interviewed, right, you have to make me 10,000 hours of video. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be everywhere. And it's a Super Bowl ad you said you would do. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be really awesome.
Let's do that.
So what are some tips you could share, or maybe some resources for our listeners that don't have that kind of money? I mean, how can they get started and maybe grow into being able to afford you?
I understand. So I'll tell you the process, and along the way, I can tell you some tools which can be helpful as well. Okay.
Sure.
So the first and the most important thing, which is the heart of the project, is the script. A script, we recommend a 60 to 90 second script as the ideal sweet spot, if you will, which corresponds to, so 60 seconds corresponds to around 150 words. So accordingly, 90 seconds is 225 words, more or less. This script should start, so there is a particular structure to the script. First will be like a punchline, which says, hey, are you looking to increase your revenue by 49%, for example? Then you state a couple of problems that will help the ideal customer understand, okay, these are the problems that I'm facing. Then you can introduce the solution to this particular points or the pain points. And then you can link yourself as the way to create this solution for them. And then you can come up with some credibility triggers. So if you're starting up, it's kind of hard to have your own credibility. You can also borrow the outside credibility, for example. So when I started, I used Dropbox as an example, which I still do. They had I don't know, around 4.5 million extra users over a period of 1 year. Extra sign-ups. So this is something that I used for my video. And then you should have a call to action. So this is a typical structure, a compact structure of a script. Once the script is done, what you have to do is, script doesn't need anything, so you can do it just by yourself. What's the next part is you need to have a storyboard. So how do you create a storyboard? There is a tool called Camtasia. Camtasia.com, Camtasia. So just keep this tool in mind. And then what we have to do is create a simple PowerPoint presentation. For this PowerPoint presentation, you have to go to, for example, so to create this PowerPoint presentation. So, okay, let me take one step back. A storyboard is something that will show you what kind of graphics will correspond to what part of the script. So, for example, do you want to have 49% more revenue over the period of year? Then you have to find a graphic which corresponds to this statement, if you will. So, where do you find this graphic? There is a free website called pixabay.com.
Yep.
Go to this website. You can find some graphics over there. Download the graphics which you think are the most appropriate for this kind of statement. Then next step is go to Canva, CANVA.com. Upload it in Canva. If you whatever graphic you decide, then you can have a text overlay on this graphic, and then just put this simply into the PowerPoint presentation. So you can do this for the entire. You can create the entire storyboard like this.
Right.
After this, you need the voiceover. So if you are really bootstrapped, then I would say you have to have your own, like you should talk alongside each and every slide of the PowerPoint. And if you need some, let's say, music for this, then there is a cool website called audiojungle.net, I think it is. So you get, let's say, music clips for $5 or something like that, $7, which is pretty cool. So this is how you exactly put everything together, and then use Camtasia for having. So the storyboard which you create, you should have the voiceover in Camtasia. So Camtasia is pretty cool tool. You have all the tutorials. You can actually have the video as well as the audio overlay that you can do pretty easily. You can do some edits if you think that the voice is not good or if the speed is not matching. So everything is possible. So this is how you can create your video if you are really bootstrapping. Right. If it makes sense.
Yep. Now, okay, yeah, I mean, that's just a simple way, right? Just using graphics versus animation. Because obviously animation, you need skill, right? You need the software, you need the ability. but this could still be, you don't need a high-end camera and a boom mic and lighting and producers and everything else. You could just have, you're just talking about rolling through images to create a video, right, from just a bunch of stills, which is cool. And then is there like I see things like on television, they talk about changing the images every 7 seconds. I've seen 3 seconds. I've seen 1.5 seconds. People's attention spans are so short. So is there kind of a ratio or magic formula there?
No, we say, I mean, as you mentioned, like the average span for having, let's say, or capturing the attention is 8 seconds, more or less. So within that, you have to have that kind of flowing video, which actually makes sense. It should be flowing. That's the most important thing that we say. Should be flowing, and your ideal prospect should actually relate to everything. So I do not have any particular percentage or process that we use for this kind of thing. We just say it should be more flowing.
Okay. Yeah, you can't just sit there and talk to one slide the whole time.
Right. Exactly.
Very cool. And do you, like I help represent and support a company called Consensus. So they make explainer videos. They help companies do it, but they have like an if-then sort of technology where you have video and then it'll pop up like a question. Hey, like with Daimler, right? Maybe they show the overall history of the company, but then it's like, what are you most interested in? Trucks, sedans, sports cars. And so you can click through and then there's more videos based on what you pick. And then it kind of has this flow, right? So, can video just take somebody almost entirely through the entire sales process, or is it just good for an intro and then a contact us, or, how much is too much video?
There can never be too much, I would say. So there are, again, two types of people. One who like to read and one who like to just consume information in as less time as possible.
Right.
So especially when it's on your website, we always say that we should appeal to both these kind of audiences. So the more strategically you put these videos, as I mentioned, first video should be the benefit, which would actually intrigue the customers or the prospects to go and look at how you actually, what exactly is your process. Then there can be a video about how it works, a page, for example. And this alongside all the text as well. So it brings the combined effect together. Then the process video can lead to a detailed demo kind of video as well, or a personalized kind of demo video as well, where you have one-on-one consultation kind of thing with your prospect, where you showcase some more features as well. And then what is recently started working is the FAQ kind of video, because that saves a lot of time when it comes to your salespeople. Because most of the time, each and every business gets the same question again and again. So
right.
This is something that is being in demand, let's say,
right.
recently.
What about captions? Do you recommend that?
Depends. If you are advertising on Facebook, then we definitely recommend them. Because most of the videos, I don't know the exact percentage, but as far as I remember, 60 or 70% of the videos are watched with captions on Facebook. So we definitely recommend them.
So, yeah, that's interesting. And which brings up another point. I mean, I guess these videos, if I'm running an animated video or any type of video from my Facebook ad, do you recommend using like the same video on the landing page, or is that building the story? That's step one, and continue them through, or how do you know when to put a human versus animation, and vice versa?
Makes sense. Again, it's completely testing. You have to test it, what is working and what is not working. That being said, what I can say is the video on Facebook ad that should be just a very flashy and a catchy kind of video, which just helps the prospect to go to your website. That's it, or your landing page. That's the only reason behind this video. It should not be more than 15 to 20 seconds, 30 seconds max. People may not even watch that video, I would say. So it should be something which is really flashy and which will be really intriguing for your customers, which will bring them to your landing page. That's it, period. And then again, you have to test it with live videos. So, for example, the owner of the business goes on live video and he talks something about what he has discovered or planned or whatever. And then again, the same process. It should lead to the landing page.
Right. Very interesting. And I noticed, like on your site, you've got like the video kind of in the background. Mm-hmm. And like let me see here. So I have two options: get a quote or watch the video. So if I click through, you're going to show me something cool, all right? But in the background, notice like you have a lot of different. You have black and white. You've got animated. You've got Walter White. You got a picture of you scrolling through. So, and these are moving very quick. Hey, you've got the whiteboard animation.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, are you just trying to touch all the bases for the viewer who may have like a preconceived notion? So, I'm trying to. And I notice yours move quick. I haven't run a stopwatch on this, but I bet they switch in under 3 seconds.
So the only reason why I put this there was to show the ability or the ways that we could help them with what kind of videos could we produce for them. That's right. The only reason. There is no and to make it more catchy, because that's the most important thing when someone lands on your website. If you are able to, I think it's called the litmus test or something. Within first 5 seconds, if you're able to intrigue your audience, then they will go and, let's say, try to find what exactly are you doing. So that was the only purpose behind all this.
Do you have a preferred tool for hosting, Wistia or Vimeo or YouTube?
So I mean, if you see my website, most of the videos are on YouTube. But if you really want to have the testing going on, we recommend Wistia, because it has a lot of matrices and statistics that you can actually check for your video.
Right.
And that helps a lot, definitely.
Right. That's always the trade-off, huh? YouTube will get you better exposure, but Wistia gives you better information.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right. And so will you maybe start with Wistia, make sure you got one dialed in, and then move it to YouTube?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, for me, my clients, whatever they do, they have their videos either on Vimeo or Wistia, but I don't need to have their videos and check their statistics, if you will, on my website. So I just put it on my YouTube. But if I have to do something for myself, then I make sure that I have it on Wistia and do the research and the analytical part, if you will.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I meant. It's like once you know that something is good, will you take that video and then move it to YouTube and then host it back on your site?
Okay. I got your point. Yeah, definitely. That's the way to go. Right. And with YouTube, you have, a lot of viewers, and if you have some subscribers as well, then that helps showing your portfolio as well. So definitely.
Does the increased exposure outweigh the risk of somebody, clicking the YouTube logo on your site and then going off to YouTube and being lost in the wilderness?
Possibly, yeah. But that's where your marketing comes into place, I would say. You have to have a strong marketing for that. So if like someone who's really intrigued and who really wants to see what you're doing and how it can help them, they will go and see it. But if someone is just window shopping, then fine, let them do their thing. We cannot influence them anyways.
Right. What role do you see for Facebook Live? Should they be doing those? Should they be downloading that video and then maybe editing it or putting it up raw on their own website, or where does this fit in the equation?
Facebook Live is big right now. You have to have Facebook Live if you are especially a personal brand. you need to have that going on definitely. I don't know, 3 to 4 times a week minimum is what I would definitely recommend. And then you can always repurpose your content. So, for example, if you're kind of shy, and if you are not very confident going in front of camera, and you need a lot of retakes, which is not possible on Facebook Live, you can always have a tool. For example, the Camtasia tool, which I mentioned, it's pretty cool. You can always have yourself recorded, and you can edit it. So you can put this video on YouTube. You can put this video on Facebook. You can put this video, in your email marketing, for example. You can repurpose this video in many ways. You can repurpose the content of this video, put it on a blog. On your own blog, if it's fine, you can have like a video blog, and you can have a script of it, a summary of it. So repurposing the content is the thing, like 20% creation and 80% distribution, as they say. That's the key to making you visible or in front of your target audiences.
Yeah, it's funny. I had this same conversation with Michael Hyatt, years ago on my podcast, and I said it was 90-10. I mean, like 10% product, 90% promotion. And he dickered with me a little on the percentage, but agreed with the concept. I mean, we all need to market and promote a lot more than we need to produce.
Are you active on LinkedIn?
I am.
So on LinkedIn as well, the amount of reach that a simple post is getting is incredible. Like, there are so many people. So for myself, I started writing. I'm guilty of this, actually. I started writing a lot maybe 3 weeks ago now. I wasn't writing like that before. But what I realized is a single post, which is kind of intriguing, even on LinkedIn, I'm getting on a regular basis 5, 6, 7, 10,000 views. And that is helping me a lot to get traction when it comes to people liking my post, commenting on my post, people sending me friend request or connection request and asking, hey, I saw your post, it's pretty cool, I want to talk video. So that is helping a lot. And now LinkedIn has also they have also rolled out the video feature, which is pretty cool as well. I mean, it's not as cool as Facebook Live currently, but that is something to be look forward to, I would say.
Is the LinkedIn, is it on the desktop or is it from the phone?
Desktop or phone. So that's the thing. I don't think it's rolled out here in Germany yet. So we don't have the video feature yet.
Oh,
I think it's just in US. Yeah, you have it? You have it? I guess so, right?
I would like to access your camera, access your microphone. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Just hit record. You can just start
yes,
recording.
Sir. Yes, sir. We don't have that yet here in Germany.
That's right. Why don't you move to America, man? Come to California. Come to SoCal. Drink some wine. We'll make some videos, man.
I would love that, man.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to start playing with that a little bit. Crazy. Very
Facebook,
cool.
I would say LinkedIn. So LinkedIn videos do not have that much reach yet from what I have heard from some of the influencers. But LinkedIn posts, which has 1,300 characters that you can use, it has a lot of power to get a lot of people watching your content.
Right. So are you posting on LinkedIn or using the publishing feature to make a full-blown article on LinkedIn?
I'm posting on LinkedIn. Publishing is something that you can do as well. I do it from time to time. But posting on your wall, if you will. Right.
Okay. Cool. And now they have video. Very nice. Because I heard that was coming, and then I just haven't looked at it. And that icon's sitting right there in my status. Isn't that funny? It's like it's right under your nose, and you just look at it. Very cool. So, Rohan, this has been awesome. Where should we send people to learn more about you or connect with you?
My LinkedIn would be ideal because I'm pretty active there. So, Rohan Kale, I'll send you a link over.
Okay.
So my handle is LinkedIn /IN/Rohan Kale 1985. So I'll send you the link.
I'll find you there too. I am the sales whisperer, so I'm kind of good at tracking people down. Just saying. So cool. So we'll link there. We'll link to your website as well. Encourage everyone to go check it out. Even if you can't yet afford his services, go see what he's doing, follow him, stay in touch. I always tell people it's better to spend more than you wanted than less than you should.
Correct.
Right. And so and we never have time to do it right, but we have time to do it twice. Right. So if you're even close to being able to afford it, dig in, get this done right. It's going to make an impression. It's going to help you grow. So very nice. Rohan, all the way from Stuttgart, Germany. Thanks for coming on the Sales Podcast, man. It's been awesome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I hope the audience will be influenced by this. I appreciate the time.
All right, they will. All right, have a good night. Told you there was some good stuff there. I've got links to everything we mentioned, Camtasia, Audio Jungle, et cetera, et cetera. So head on over to thesaleswhisperer.com, look up Rohan Kale. You'll find all the notes, the links to everything. I use a lot of those programs. I use ScreenFlow on my Mac for some of the video stuff. I'm using iMovie for some things. I use GarageBand for my audio. I bought an audio pack years ago through Apple for GarageBand, so that was cool. But getting that royalty-free music is nice. I use Pixabay as well for the free images. You can do a search as well on Google and sort it by usage rights. There's a lot of places you can get royalty-free images as well. I use Canva for creating some simple graphics when I just need something fast and, logo, URL, and just take the image as is. Canva is very good for that. Sometimes it's easier just to make something quickly on your own rather than try to sub it out. So having little affordable tools and free tools like that are always, it's good to have, in your back pocket. So a lot of resources there. So make more video, okay? Regardless of your business, you can benefit from it. If you need some more ideas and inspiration, join us, makeeverysale.com. Go to thesaleswhisper.com, hit the contact us, set a free 15-minute chat with me. I'll help you figure out if it's right for you. And like I said, you got a 1-year money-back guarantee, so I don't know how else to help you anymore. If you show up and apply yourself, you're going to make more money. I guarantee it. So, but you got to show up. You got to put, one foot in front of the other, do the work. So, as always, thanks for listening. Please leave a 5-star review on the iTunes, on the Facebookie. Let me know you're out there, Twitter. You would be pleasantly surprised, maybe not pleasantly surprised. Certainly, some are shocked at how inspiring it is to hear from someone. Let me know that you're out there. There's so many people that just lurk. I'll see them out and about. Like, I love your show. And I'm like, why don't you say something in the public? So let me know you're out there, okay? Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If you've got a particular guest you'd like me to bring on or a topic you'd like me to address, I'd be happy to look into that for you. Thanks for listening. Now go sell something.